Hello everybody and welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. So I've just picked up these 2 seed bags because this tractor over here is not going to have enough to finish the field. Yeah, I didn't know in the previous episode if there was going to be enough. As it turns out, not even close. So we'll get it topped up. Luckily we still have loads of seed, so it's not going to cost us any more money. And then I think it'd be a good idea to either do a contract or mow some grass. I also want to do some placing of, some placeables. The smallest greenhouse is only £3,000, so I think that's going to be a great thing to buy. And as many of my viewers have said, growing lettuce seems to be a profitable thing to do. Okay, so we'll set that off on a worker again. Just close the lid. There we go. And that'll be able to finish the field, hopefully. Our oat field. I'll go and take this back over here. Yes, so we do still have time to do the grass, even if we don't do it today, because it is August. We can mow that grass through until October, maybe even November. We do have another pallet of honey. I have loads of honey. What I'm really saving up for longer term is the cereal factory, because we can fairly easily get corn. We're already growing the oats. We have the honey, and it does take something else as well. Ah yes, raisins. So that does cause a bit of an issue, because to have the raisins we have to have the grape processing place. Let's just see here. Try and find the correct building. There it is. £80,000. You basically give them grapes and they'll make grape juice and raisins. So ideally we would have to have a bigger vineyard and that particular placeable before we can get the cereal factory. Okay, so I think yes, let's just get the greenhouses and some chickens placed in the farmyard first of all. As you can see, we also have quite a bit of wool, which is very nice. I do regret putting that placeable for the honey in that position. It's a bit tight. I could sell it and move it, but of course that would mean spending money, and I don't want to sound tight, but of course every penny is important, so we can't just go spending money unnecessarily. I think for something which actually makes money, it's fine. So chickens, greenhouses, that's all going to be good. So how much is a chicken enclosure? £6,000 for 30. It's not too bad. The food would be an issue, because we're growing oats and it takes wheat, barley or sorghum. And I definitely don't want to buy it. So it looks like the chickens will have to wait a little while. But we can definitely do the greenhouse. Look at that. Only £3,000 for a single, £5,000 for a double, and £10,000 for a large. So £10,000 we can afford. Certainly. Put it in the cheapest place. Maybe even, let's just see, can we? Not too sure if we can, oh we can turn it, there we go, right mouse button. Good. And we'll probably grow either lettuce or tomatoes. Just see what's going on here. So we're just selling as we go. Whoa, look at that. 1,000 litres of lettuce is £3,097. Tomato is 1,922, and strawberries, yeah, that's why I've not been making much money. Unless it's just because I have been selling so many. I flooded the market. So in that case, actually, yeah, what we'll do is we'll deactivate strawberries in here. We'll keep lettuces. Actually, no, what we'll do is we'll deactivate the lettuce there as well. We'll do tomatoes in the small one and lettuce in the big one. But of course, I need to get some water. So that's job number 1. We then need to do a contract, hopefully. I would like to do a contract. Let's just take a look in the used machinery. Yep, nothing of use for us today. at the moment. And yes, what kind of contracts do we have on offer? Fertilising could be good because we do have our own spreader now. Cultivating, yeah, we'll avoid cultivating, and the same with drilling. So I'll try and find a good fertilising contract. First things first though, let's get the water tanker. Just make sure the sheep have got enough water. I can't actually see any reason why you would use the tap water when you can get lake water. I can understand it if the only other water source was the sea, because you obviously wouldn't give the animals and the plants seawater. Just a little bit salty. But yeah, the tap water is expensive, and we have a perfectly good lake just down the road. Okay, so yeah, I don't know how much this greenhouse is going to take. That's good, because I'm expecting the other one to probably consume at least 2 tanker loads. It's a big greenhouse. Okay, so that has kick-started everything. We're now producing lettuce, but I think I want to store them. I don't want to sell instantly. I don't know if you actually get more by storing them and then taking them to the sell point. So yeah, actually, as it turns out, everything is already being stored, so that is great. And you can see it's not really had a huge impact on it, so I'm expecting to get 2 loads here. This tractor seems more than capable of pulling this tanker, which is great to see. Despite it being a vineyard tractor, there's no reason not to use it for other stuff as well. It's just a nice utility tractor. Load number 1. Get this put into here. And we'll go back for load number 2. I'm quite happy to get another one as well, because all they take is free water. So once we've actually bought the greenhouses, it's just profit. There's no more expenses. Okay, so that has once again emptied the tanker. Let's just see here. Pretty much full. I'll get another load. I've just had a message to say that the worker has finished the field. That is great to hear. It's already been fertilised. It does need to be fertilised once more before harvest, but it should be a good harvest. We do need to plough it though, once it's been harvested. But another reason why it's going to be good is because we can use our baler, our new baler, and we can also get some straw from the oat crop. Okay, so there we go. Once again, we are full. Oh, that's the first time I slipped. Come on, Landini. That honestly is the first time it has struggled to get out. Perfect, so that is full, and they're going to start to produce the lettuce, and it will all spawn here. And I can take it over to the sell point when the price is at its best, although it does seem to be at its best now. Okay, so, contracts. I'll try and find the best one. Okay, I've decided, field number 30. It's a big field of sugar beet. And I was actually going to do it with my own equipment, and I know it won't take a super long time, but it would just be better to use something bigger, and we get to experience the 8S at a cost of just £1,550. The biggest expense is going to be the fertiliser. It's not even that expensive to use somebody else's machinery. What I have done is I've brought over my bag of fertiliser so we can put that towards it, because I don't know what we're going to be left with, but obviously I'm going to empty the spreader afterwards. So we'll empty it at the yard, and any time in the future when we need fertiliser we can just get it from the bag. It's definitely got its row crops on. Yep, pretty narrow tyres. Now we are given a weight. I'm not sure if we actually need a weight, but I will put it on anyway, because we just might as well. So yeah, my plan is to buy more fertiliser than what's actually required. Okay, I think I think buying it in the big bag is the cheapest. I think it is. So we do have solid fertiliser, £1,400 for 750. 18.20 for 1,000. So that one is £1.82 per litre, and the pallet is £1.86, £1.87 per litre. So it is cheaper to buy it in a big bag, just. So we are going to have to buy a few, but we are going to get paid. I know we can use this feature here. Yeah, so as I said, buying way more than we actually need, I hope. I really hope it doesn't take this much. And we should get left with a load for our own farm, because we do need it fairly soon. So we'll get all of those put into here. If it does take all of this, then it's not going to be a very big profit. But I've been told, some of my fantastic viewers have said, do the fertilising contracts, it's worth it. So, yep, that sounds promising to me. Okay, and there we go. So we've got 5,000 litres, and the deer has come to say hello. Hello, dear. And yes, I do have this piece, which I might as well just put in just in case. Let's go to field number 30, and it's so nice to experience the 8S. It is the 245. Hang on, has my appearance changed? I believe it has. We're going to have to change what we look like again at some point. I don't know why that happened. Ah, it's probably because I changed from the press version to the Steam version, so it's reset everything. Okay, so we can get that changed. In the next episode we'll be able to fertilise that field again. Our oat crop. Oh, this tractor's nice and speedy. Doing the contracts is definitely a good way of experiencing the more expensive modern tractors. And it's always funny. Whenever we start a new series, I'm always so desperate to use the biggest machines. And then by the time I've used all the biggest machines, I'm desperate to go back to the old classics again. Okay, so here we are, and I'm actually shocked by the working width of this spreader. It looks like it's actually not as wide as my spreader. The only difference is we have a much higher capacity. So, well, I know for the future, I think you can probably put extenders on. But of course, yes, if I had checked to see what kind of spreader we were getting here, I would have stuck with what we've got, because we could have saved the money. And, yeah, done it potentially faster. Because it's not like it even consumes it quickly. Now, you know there's a leeway. You don't actually have to finish the field. I think I'm not going to finish it, and we'll just, when it says complete, we'll complete, because otherwise we are just wasting. If the money was good, I would finish the field. Or if it was something where you don't have to spend more money. If it was cultivating, for example. I know we did finish the cultivating contract early before, but that was a huge job. But yeah, because this is a consumable, it would be good to save as much as we can do. So, let's get cracking. Nice crop of sugar beet. Nice tractor. Good spreader. It would be even better with a wider working width. And you can see where I started. Yes, I was preparing for it to be much wider. But I know now, so that's fine. wonder if this is going to be enough. If I finish this strip here, do we have to do the piece that I missed? You've probably noticed the piece I missed over there because of where we sort of went off at an angle. It is 91% done, so you'd have thought by the time we reach the end of here, that'll be enough to say contract finished. And it's really not consumed that much, so I'm sure I could have used my own spreader. Like I said, I know for the future. And, well, even if it doesn't all fit in our spreader, I could just bring her back to the field. Easy. We've paid for the privilege of using this nice tractor here. Will it flash up saying contract complete before we reach the end? I'm going to go with yes. Oh, wow. Good timing. Okay, well, we'll definitely reach the end. There we go. I'm not sure if you can take advantage and then use this machinery on your own fields. Well, technically we have rented them, I suppose. Oh, the lettuce is spawning. Very nice. Oh, and the grass has fully grown, I think, so I don't know if you can fertilise it when it has fully grown. Oh, look, it won't even switch on. It knows, but I should certainly be able to empty it. Not having my fertiliser. For over 4,000 litres we have. The only disadvantage is they're going to spawn in those smaller pallets. Yes, quite a few of them too. Very stylish spawn. That's an angle. Okay, yeah, so we'll get that returned. We'll complete the job. £13,756. Don't know what the fertiliser cost in total, what we actually used, but as you can see, we're keeping loads, so yeah, I'm going to say that was really good. That was a success. I'll just get these stacked up over here. When I say stacked, I mean one in front of another. If I try and start stacking them, they're going to be all over the place. So with that nice little cash injection, we could put the money now into, well, another greenhouse. I don't want to get boring by doing loads of greenhouses, but it looks like it could be a very good way of making money in the background. Especially if you're going to set it to automatic selling. Because then all you have to do is give it water every few, well, actually be every few months, wouldn't it? If you're on 1 day per month. I should probably adjust my pallet forks as well. There we go, that's better. Set to the correct distance. Yep, loving what the lettuce looks like. And there we go, we have the final pallet nicely tucked away in the shed. So what do we do now? Just want to have a quick look at the lettuce that has spawned. Yep, so that's ready to go to a supermarket. Eggs really do seem to be worth quite a bit of money. I was desperate not to have to buy chicken food though. That can get extremely expensive. £1,500 for 1,000 litres of wheat. Okay, so I don't think there's any harvesting jobs, which is unfortunate. Yeah, because of that little issue we had, so if I want chickens, I have to buy the first pallet. Well, it might pay off. It's £4,000 for 1,000 litres of eggs, so sounds good to me. Ah, very nice. It's actually £100 cheaper if we buy the wheat in a big bag. So that's what we'll do. And then I desperately need to get a wheat field. Maybe, it's a slim chance, but maybe we can afford to buy another field. Is that a good way of spending the money? If we have another field, obviously we can only do better. We have more produce to sell. Now you can use the pallet fork for this. I've done it successfully many times before. There is a special bag lifter though if you're more into that sort of thing. So where should we put the chickens? Where the big greenhouse is was perfect, but we do have several pieces of grass. It is £6,000. We could actually, yeah, we can squeeze them in there. Look, if I put them just there, brilliant. So I've gone too far. It doesn't matter. We need to buy the chickens first of all, though. We can't transport them, so we're going to have to pay. Look at that, it just fits so perfectly, it just looks natural. That is a great place for them. So we do want to have a rooster, I think. We'll get one rooster, and we'll get... Well, they're going to breed, so we don't necessarily have to buy 30, which is the capacity. Because if they're going to breed, it's only £5 to get a rooster, £50 to get a chicken that's ready. So, yeah, 20 and 1. 10? 10 roosters amongst 20 hens. Okay, there we go. That's good. Oh, they flap and everything. They do look so much more realistic than in 19. They look brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. And yeah, there is only one rooster animated in here, which is good to see as well. Right. Okay, well, I'll leave you to it. I'll just get you some food. It'd be good if they don't take too much food. And we'll have a quick look around for fields, because if there is a field which has wheat already in it, we can only win. It won't be ready to harvest, but we'll be able to maintain the field, give me the opportunity to be able to give it all the fertiliser it needs. Please don't take much. Oh. They're going to come running. Well, judging by what the bag looks like, I think they've taken nearly all of it. Let's take a look and see how much they've really taken. They've taken 750 litres, so we do have 250 litres left. So that's not terrible. You enjoy, and you make me lots of lovely eggs. Yes, eggs are worth so much. Let's go and put this in a shed somewhere. We don't want it getting wet. Right, so it doesn't actually matter if the field is nowhere near here. The price is the only important thing. I don't mind travelling, because it's not like it's going to be a big field, so we're not going to be carting loads of trailer loads at harvest. It'll probably just be one. So whatever we can afford with the right crop type in. I could turn everything off except for wheat, but I think it's pretty easy to flash like this. There we go, so 1, 12 and 20. Good grief, it's £140,000. One is 267 and 20 is 242. Ah, I could take out a loan. Let's go and have a look at field number 12. So obviously we could expand the field to fill the whole area. It is all of this. It has wheat in it, so we will be able to recover some money with the wheat. It does also have some trees. Okay, and this is the top corner, so basically everything you see here, this is the field. It's a lovely field, really nice, but a bit expensive. How are we ever going to afford a field, like a big field? How big is, say we wanted to buy for number 48. Okay, to be fair, it does actually come with quite a bit. 37, 276,000. Yeah, it's pretty expensive. But it is nice that it has a little woodland here. Well, there is a solution. If we turn a section of our grass field into arable again, then we'll be fine. I only need a very small amount of grass actually, just for the sheep. So we could just keep that section behind the sheep enclosure as grass, and behind maybe the vineyard there, because the vineyard is going to be expanded. So yeah, I might as well just mow all this, get a load of money from the grass, and then start ploughing some of it up again. That could be a good thing to do. Okay, so yeah, I'll just put that there because that's going to be used very soon. I'll grab the mowers and we'll start mowing. I also am looking to do hay so that we can store this. The more we can store, the less we have to start mowing. So yeah, we need a tedder and we need a windrower, and ideally I want to buy them. Desperate for used machinery. Very, very desperate. So it doesn't take too long to mow this. If you've been watching this series, you'll know that I've done this 3 times already. We've done silage 2 ways. We've done it in a pit and we've done it in a baler. We've done wrap bales. This time it is going to be hay, so slightly different. More for the sheep's consumption rather than for selling, but we will sell some. Yeah, looking good. Okay, well, I'm going to see you when this field is finished. Okay, so we're almost done. I doubt there's going to be anything else in the used machinery markets in the way of tedders or windrowers. It doesn't seem to change very often, maybe once a day. I think things do come and go during the day, but not a great deal. So I just have a bit of finishing off to do. As you can see, there's a few missed bits here and there. And then it needs to be, well, really it needs to be left. The sun needs to bake this side, and then we need to ted it, and then row it. But I don't think it's going to be, well, I don't know actually, because obviously it's seasons. I don't know how strict it's going to be on that. I could read the help page, it would be a clever thing to do. I think I will do actually, just to see if we do have to give it some time to bake. I don't think, no, because I did a contract, didn't I? I did do a haymaking contract, and there was no time between mowing and baling, and it was hay, so yeah, I don't think you have to leave it. Okay, fold that up, switch it all off, put it over here. Yeah, we need more storage. And we'll take a look in this category. So we don't have anything else, which is a shame. Tedders. Yeah, so tedders aren't that expensive, so that's really good. 9 metres, 8.7 metres, 4.4 metres, 17 metres. Right, so between those two, 0.3 metre difference, £500. Also, that's very interesting. This one is heavier than the slightly bigger one, and the slightly bigger one requires double the horsepower. That one only takes 40, this one requires 80. Interesting stuff. Well, I'm going to go for the bigger one. The bigger the better when it comes to this. And what horsepower is this tractor? Let's just take a look at that. The Landini is 70 horsepower, so technically it shouldn't be able to run it, but I don't know. I don't know if it will. Could be a good tractor for getting into all the tight spaces. I'll put a weight on the front. Even if it can't run it, it will be able to bring it back. Look at all that honey. Okay, here it is. So yeah, it looks big on it, but not quite as crazy as I was expecting. And yes, that is turning it into hay. It also is having no issues at all at doing this. That texture is brilliant. Or sorry, I should say that animation or whatever it's called of the grass. Looks very realistic. From third person view, you can see how it's all being thrown around everywhere. Wow. No, that does look good. Yeah, we'll keep it on the Landini. It seems capable. Because I don't want to just use it on the vineyard, otherwise it's not going to get much use at all. Put some hours on it. Saves putting ours on the more expensive tractors. So that's a nice even covering of hay. So now all we need is a windrower. We have the balers. Speaking of balers, I should probably sell the Massey Ferguson baler. But it is a shame, I wanted to use the auto stacker for it. Almost finished with this. Now I've just been looking at the prices for that hayloft there, and I don't think I'm actually going to use the hayloft. I think I'd prefer to have bales stacked up, since we don't have a loading wagon. So we can sell that. It's worth about £28,000 or £9,000. So if we get our money back for that and then place another easy shed, we'll actually profit, because an easy, is it called an easy shed? I think it might be. They're worth £10,000. And the only disadvantage with that is it looks good. I think it looks really nice to have that sort of old-fashioned wooden style shed. It's unfortunate you can only get the really modern style, but yeah, it would give us more money and would have more storage, because I'm actually at the moment just using the hayloft for storage anyway, and there's not much storage in there. So yeah, I think it would be for the best to sell that building. That's a good one for anybody who wants to do large-scale potato harvesting. 53% off. £278,000. Okay, yeah, so I love it. I think it's a really nice building, but it's just not of use to us at all. For reasons I've explained, I just prefer to do bales than keeping the hay loose. And we've got all this stuff which is overflowing out of the sheds. So if I select it, it is £29,603. That's really good. Really good money. You can see the easy shed is just here. We could place one of those. We'll just extend that one there, make it look like one big shed, I think, because we can do terrain editing. So I've got a few things to move here. That's not going to be too tricky to do. Just going to put this away. At least we now own our own tedder. My fleet of machinery is expanding all the time, and eventually I'll be able to keep this neat. Bales in one place, fertiliser in another, and then machines in the rest of it. Okay, there we go. If I tuck the shed right up against this one, it will also give us a bit more space to work in the vineyard. Ah, okay, so this bale might be taken completely now by the sheep. See if they want to eat this. Oh yeah, they're almost out of food. Sorry sheep, forgetting about you. There we go. Well, we have plenty more hay in the field for them. They'll love it. Okay, so I'm just going to tidy things up, and then we'll place it. The final 2 pallets. We might have another full one over there. Looks to be about half full. Ah. Okay, so the pallets do seem a little bit sticky still. Maybe that's just because we're carrying honey. But anyway, yeah, let's go and put this onto the back of the trailer. Yeah, they're doing that thing where they walk off, like they did in 19. When you drive, they start walking forwards. Okay, pop them onto here. Don't push the other side off. I have a bad habit of doing that. And we'll strap them. And yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to be using this batch for any kind of factory work, because we can't afford the factory. We can't afford the grape place either. So with the price for the honey being £3,513, it will probably be worth selling that fairly soon. Okay, so I'll just put the pallet fork over here. I need to move my bale fork as well. We're going to be using the bale fork pretty soon. We don't want to be tucking this away too far, otherwise I'll never find it again. And yeah, we will just move the pickup truck and we'll place our brand new shed. I will do a bit of terrain editing as well, just to make it look good. otherwise it'd be so obvious another building has been there. There we go. Into the construction category, sheds. This easy shed just here needs to be rotated. So yeah, right mouse button. Okay, so I'm not too sure how strict it's going to be with how close. Oh, you can't. That's a shame. I suppose, yeah, if you look at the foundations, they would be inside each other. But that looks pretty good until I turned it. How's that? Yes, that looks good, I think. Yeah, perfect. So it's automatically done the texture in here, but you can see we have grass just in random places, which I suppose might look a bit natural. But yeah, let me just do a little bit of painting. Just try and figure out which dirt texture it is. Is it that one there? Nope. Oh, maybe it is concrete then. Is it? Oh, it is concrete. Asphalt. Okay. In that case, I will just paint this area here, and then that can stay as grass. We do have like an entrance to a track here, which looks a bit weird. So I'll put that to grass. Hopefully that will grow. Good. Okay, well, there we go. A much more useful shed for us. Not as good looking, but yeah, very, very practical building. So as for all this hay, we're going to get it rowed up tomorrow. There is a small possibility that in the morning we'll have a different set of used machines, and we'll be able to get a windrower. If not, we'll just have to buy a new, which is a bit of a shame, but anyway, it's just the way it is. You can't just expect to have the used machine that you need immediately. Lettuces look great. Just very quickly have a look in here. 151 litres. So, not bad. 496 litres of tomatoes. So maybe that is the reason why lettuces are worth more, because they don't grow as quickly or you don't get as many of them. I'm sure they all even out in the end. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, everybody. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.